Over the years, of course, many folks have done what we love to do here at CKPG, that is bring you local features from local people and local storytelling. I love to do it, and I know another guy who loved to do it while he was here, Mr. Jesse McGowan. You ever wonder what happened to Jesse after he moved on from CKPG? Well, we're going to tell you a little bit into that life today, because he just ran the Boston Marathon. We're going to talk to him and so much more on CKPG today. It's crazy to think about, but we are at the finale of the Prince George Symphony Orchestra season coming up on Sunday, May the 3rd. We're so lucky to talk about it today with one of the soloists and the man, the myth, the legend, Ken Hall in studio today. It's always a great day. There's something for everyone at the Prince George Symphony Orchestra, right, Ken?
That's right.
There's no better way to start an interview with you other than that. But welcome to the show, Lydia Hug as well. A powerful finale with two romantic giants. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Which is your favorite romantic giant?
Mine?
Yeah.
You're asking me that as a soloist? Of course, Brahms. Of course. No, it is Brahms, to be honest. I love his symphonies. They are just gigantic. And his violin concerto, anyway.
Yeah. What about for you, Ken?
I'll just have to say Liszt, just to be difficult. But I mean, Liszt is such an interesting character. Like, he's basically a 19th century rock star. Like, he's Bono living in the 19th century, right? Like, he's love affairs with princesses, and he ended up taking orders as a priest. And I mean, what a wild career. Yeah. The term Listomania was coined in the 19th century.
For a reason.
Exactly.
And, I mean, literally, it was like Beatlemania. People went nuts over this guy. He was unbelievable talent, and still people can't really play his piano music the way he would have played it. He had giant hands, and it was just an incredible,
lots of piano
person.
Works as well. Giant hands makes sense, right? You need big hands to play the piano. So that guy, very interesting. I had to do a little research as well for the podcast. And I was like, oh my God, crazy. And the funny thing is, I'm 100% sure it's coincidence, right? I studied in Germany.
Okay.
At the University Franz Liszt Weimar.
Wow.
Right? So I'm 100% sure it's coincidence.
Yeah, of course.
But I was really, really curious. So why the university got his name, right? Mm-hmm. And that he was actually the main key role for developing and establishing the music tradition in Weimar.
Wow.
Yes. And he was talking about ideas for progressive music schools and also conservatory, right?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And the conservatory, he was actively involved to set it up or build it up. I don't know how you say that. And because of that and of his reputation and all these things, that conservatory got his name.
This has got to be one of the harder pieces to play on the violin.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of the 4 most famous German concertos. So that would be Bruch, Beethoven, Mendelssohn, and Brahms.
And Brahms. Yeah.
It's these 4. Yeah.
And Ken, for you, what is this like? Grand finale? Does it feel bittersweet?
No.
You're like, I'm ready for summer.
No. It's great to come to the end of the season, and it's such an exciting concert to go out on. And we're well into planning for next year, so we're already looking forward. So.
Yeah. You guys are just finishing up. We got you after a school performance, one of the many things that Prince George Symphony Orchestra does that people may not know about. But what stands out most exciting for you as this final piece on May the 3rd?
About the piece? Or
the show, the couple pieces, or more than one.
Yeah, I mean, the Brahms Violin Concerto, I mean, it's an enormous work, right? It's sort of pillar of classical music, right? It really is. And so it's really exciting to say that we're doing this piece, and we're doing it with our own concertmaster as the soloist, which is really exciting too.
Yeah.
But because it's so enormous, we put it into the second half.
Yeah.
Because the concerto itself, it's already 40 minutes.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be one of the longer shows people should expect.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. It's just the order is a little different.
Okay. Usually when you do a symphony concert, you have some kind of overture, then you have a concerto, you have an intermission, then you come back and do a big symphony.
Yep.
But the Brahms Violin Concerto is bigger than most symphonies.
Okay.
So we're swapping them out.
Yeah.
Swapping them out. See, and Michael tells us there's so much thought about what goes into planning each and every performance. So this one is cool to see. Just a little bit of the background. I feel like people that are going now are going to be like, oh, so that's why they did that. Okay. And they'll be able to check that out. Yeah. Do you want to say it together to end it, Ken? There's something for everyone
at the PGS.
There you go. He said it best. Go check it out. We'll put it in the info in case you missed it on our website, ckpgtoday.ca. Thanks, guys.
Entertainment on CKPG Today is brought to you by the Treasure Cove Casino. Now that's entertainment.
Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV.
His name may sound familiar to you watching this, Mr. Jesse McGowan. I don't know if you remember, but he used to anchor the CKPG News here in Prince George, and now he is off to do great things, including recently running the Boston Marathon. We're so lucky to welcome Jesse back to the show here. Jesse, thanks for making the time. How's it going?
Yeah, oh man, thanks for having me on. It's great to see you guys, and yeah, it's going well. Yeah, we got back yesterday from a super busy trip, but it was, once in a lifetime, really.
Yeah, no kidding. How was it to run the world's oldest marathon? Like, this is a bucket list item for you, I'm assuming?
Yeah, kind of like a more recent dream for me in the last 2 years, something we kind of figured out that I could try and do. And then, it took me 2 years to get in and actually do it. But really amazing. Like you said, I didn't really even know this. Oldest annual running marathon in the world, 30,000 runners, like 500,000 spectators. Very humbling because there's a lot of fast runners out there as well. But a very, very cool experience. I'm used to running by myself, so getting to run around that many people was a huge, bucket list item.
Yeah, no kidding. And it's very hard to qualify for this too. Walk me through what it was like for you, because it wasn't easy to qualify this. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to work really hard and get to a really good time.
Exactly. Yeah, it took 2 years. I remember coming home from a run a couple of years ago and like mentioning to my wife, I think I might be able to get like a Boston time, which at the time was a 3-hour marathon. And so I took a crack at it 2 summers ago, and I was under 3 hours, but not far enough under because there's so many applicants. You have to be even below the time. And then by the next summer, they had updated the time qualifications. So I had to be even faster the next summer. So it took a lot. Like last summer, I ran basically 7 days a week.
You enjoyed it and placed in the top 9,000, as I understand here, Jesse, which is something that should not be understated, an incredible achievement. So kudos to you for doing that. You're enjoying it, you're soaking it in. You're running beside guys like Zdeno Chara. Like, walk me through this.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool experience, and definitely made me think about Prince George. He's ran it the last few years and is tied to a charity with it as well. And we were both, I think, experiencing some cramps along the way. So I had passed him and recognized that it was him. And then he eventually caught up to me. And so we grabbed a selfie, or I grabbed a selfie. He was pretty focused on the road. But then the coolest experience was we just caught up to Boston College. And so it was about maybe a 500-meter stretch where we were shoulder to shoulder. And the fans are all cheering for him. But I was right there. I almost kind of felt like I was getting some applause as well. So we ran that a little bit away, and then he actually took off. The long legs of Big Z, he was gone. But yeah, I think that's probably the most memorable thing that I'll kind of take away from the actual race was, kind of sharing that moment.
Now, are you inspired to go back, keep doing this?
I do want to do it again in the future. My race didn't actually go that well, like not as well as I'd planned it to go. So I do kind of want to go back for some redemption. And then my wife also has the goal of qualifying. So we'll eventually go back, both run it. And hopefully the time can be a little bit more reflective of kind of the work I put into it.
Talk to me a little bit about the life post CKPG. You're an education guy now. You have a son. You got a wife that you met here in Prince George as well. Walk me through a little bit, and for the viewers as well, wondering what Jesse McGowan has been up to.
Post CKPG, we spent a couple of years in Fort St. John, where, like you mentioned, I went back to school and got my teaching certificate and my bachelor's of education. So I've been an elementary school teacher for the last few years, and then just about 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, we came down to the Lower Mainland to start our family. So yeah, we have an 8-month-old son, and he's just been doing awesome. And yeah, we're really enjoying some warmer weather, and we might be getting a little soft to any kind of winter conversation down here. It's been pretty nice.
That is so cool. Well, you're just a stand-up guy, Jesse, and I thank you for spending the time with us today. The Boston Marathon is an incredible achievement, so congratulations on that. It must have just been incredible to soak that in. Like you said, the cheers, the atmosphere. There's over, yeah, you said it, 500,000 fans, racing fans, cheering people on there throughout that. And yeah, great to hear outside of running, life is also going well for you as well. So yeah, like I said, thanks so much for catching up. I wish you all the best in what the future lies ahead for you. And hopefully we're talking about you again at the Boston Marathon, or you and Danny together running it. That would be something in the future too.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on, Caden. It's always fun to talk about running and catch up with some old friends. So thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Jesse. That's Jesse McGowan, former anchor of CKPG, who just did the Boston Marathon. A few of those words can go together often, so we like to celebrate it when we can.
Tired of missing the good stuff? Let CKPG Today come to you. Our new weekly email newsletter delivers local stories, contests, and can't-miss moments from the show straight to your inbox. No digging through social media anymore. It's free, it's easy, and it's very local. Sign up now at ckpgtoday.ca or by scanning the QR code on your screen now.
Spring has sprung here in Prince George, and that means people are getting out about, active, probably trying to ride a bike maybe for the first time this calendar year. And we're going to talk about that today. We got Jen Cooper, we got Ron Gallo, well-known cyclist in the community. You guys are both cyclists, and thanks for coming to talk about this today. An important topic because I think a lot of people after the winter kind of forget how to operate with cyclists on the road. Am I right on that, Jen?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, 6 months can be a long time to remember things. That's what we see our winters is
yeah.
like. But.
Well, when you have to switch brains from how do I drive on ice and snow and watch out for all of that to watching out for so many more moving parts. We get so many more moving pieces on the road when we enter into spring and summer with pedestrians, cyclists. Now we have e-bikes and e-scooters and everything else. So yeah, there's a lot more to watch out for once this weather kind of turns and we all start heading outdoors.
Yeah, and Ron, you're the first guy to admit, it doesn't, like, you think cycling season starts when it gets a little warmer, but you're one of those guys that's been out there already.
We have been out there. There's lots of us that have been out there. Every weekend you're going to see more cyclists that are out there. And there's a little bit of a catch-up time during the spring because you do have the winter and you do have the transition to summer. And in between, you've got all that gravel on the road.
Yeah, nobody likes that.
No.
Especially the road bikes.
Well, the road bikes, the tires are getting bigger and whatnot, so it is a little bit easier for us to ride a little bit more over the gravel. But typically, you're going to be a lot closer and forced a lot closer to the vehicle lanes. And so that becomes a new added issue.
Yeah. Speaking of lanes, they're not painted right now. They won't be for a few weeks or months. Bike lanes especially, one of these things that I guess, what is your tip for people, Jen, that are either riding or driving? There's probably two sides of the coin to this.
Both parties have to take responsibility when they're on the roadway. What cyclists have to kind of keep in mind is that you're thought of as a vehicle. You have to follow the same rules of the road as a vehicle would. So stopping at stop signs and red lights and intersections, clearing the intersection like you would if you were the driver of a car, using the left turn lane when appropriate, looking out for other people on the road. And vehicles also have to remember that they have to take into consideration cyclists on the road. We have lots of legislation around how much space you're supposed to give cyclists. Basically, you got to move over like a half a car length into the other lane when appropriate. You have to slow down when you're passing cyclists to make them safe and make it easy for everybody to share the same roadways. So we all have to remember to be taking responsibility for ourselves, but also for each other, because we do want to have these shared roadways within Prince George. It's a great way to get around. It's an economic way to get around for some people.
Especially right now.
These gas prices, right? So we want to make sure that everybody is kind of taking ownership and responsibility for their part of the shared roadway.
Yeah, as I say, teamwork makes the dream work, for sure. Ron, what's the most common mistake you see as if you're on a bike that a driver makes? Is it probably just getting too close?
I think, well, there's always the close or the uncomfortable pass.
Yeah.
As a cyclist, we're out there, the wind is in our ears.
Yeah.
We can't always hear the vehicles that are coming up beside us, and then all of a sudden it's there.
Ah, yep.
There is technology out there. I personally have that technology. I can see on a screen in front of me that there's a vehicle that's approaching. But at the same token, that's never telling you how close they're going to be approaching or anything like that. The bigger thing that I notice, and I can say this from a motorist perspective as well, is gauging how quickly a cyclist can close that distance.
Yeah, if you're flying on a road bike, you're going fast.
Yeah, if you're turning right, if you're turning left, and a cyclist is coming up behind you, that cyclist is there a lot sooner than you expected. And that's where what Jen says, the onus is on the cyclist as well. You can't just assume that you get the right of way, because you don't.
No, yeah, it's good. It's both two-party, or it's a two-way street is what I was going to say.
It is,
Literally a two-way street. The other thing we're going to talk about today is e-bikes, the pilot project, Jen, because this is a sexy thing. Everyone loves e-bikes. They want to use them more. They go a little bit faster than a regular bike, a little bit easier.
They do, yeah.
B, there's some rules in Prince George around this.
Yes, that's right. Prince George is part of the provincial pilot project for e-bikes and e-scooters. So if you're not familiar with the regulations, before you go out and buy an e-bike, you should make yourself familiar with what you can and can't have. There's certain speeds that you can go up to be considered an e-bike. User age also enters into there. You have to be 16 years old to ride an e-bike in Prince George. So
that's the letter of the law.
That is, yes. So, lots of kids being given e-bikes to try and get themselves to school, but unfortunately not here in Prince George anymore. So we have to make sure that we are also taking all of that into account. E-bikes will go a little bit faster than a regular bike, so make sure you know what kind of bike is approaching you if you're a motorist, and that you're giving them, the due care and attention that it might require, because an e-bike, if it's going, 30 kilometers an hour, is going to come up on you pretty quickly. If you're going to be out on a bicycle, you want to make sure you have your appropriate helmet. Especially if you're riding an e-bike, you might want to consider upgrading to a bit sturdier of a helmet instead of just your traditional bicycle helmet, because you are going to be potentially going a lot faster. Although, Ron, I've seen you guys ride bikes. I said potentially a lot faster. And we want to make sure that we've got our front and rear reflectors on. If you're going to be riding in the dawn or the dusk hours, we want to make sure we have reflective clothing or some sort of kind of flashing light, so that vehicles know where we are and can judge that distance between the car and the cyclist a little bit more easily, just to make sure everybody knows exactly where you are on the side of the road.
Cool. Well, thanks for the tips and tricks today, guys. This has been great. I feel like we just grazed the surface of this. Of course, there's a lot of guidance online. We'll link some of their resources where we can on our website, ckpgtoday.ca. And look forward to talking about this a lot more, because it's an important thing to hit home. And of course, it makes everyone a little bit safer on the roads here in Prince George. So thanks so much for coming in today, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Happy cycling season.
Yes.
Taking a look outside at our CKPG snapshot of the day from Alan Lansing, who captured a beautiful thing. The pelicans back at Scout Island in Williams Lake. Did you know this is the only colony of American white pelicans in all of British Columbia? Very cool. And they come to Williams Lake, specifically actually come to Stum Lake to lay their eggs at the beginning of May, and then they go fly back south once their young are able to fly. But a cool fact about British Columbia is, there you go, the pelicans. They are not common, that's for sure. Folks, if you have a snapshot, we'd love to see yours. Snapshot at ckpg.com is where you can email all of your cool photos. Hey there, got an idea or suggestion for the show? Reach out and connect through our social media or send us an email at letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca. Here's what's coming up in our community. check out the Spring Carnival at the exhibition grounds. West Coast Amusements is back in town with some of their favorite amusement rides, games, and sweet treats. Check out the details, westcoastamusements.com. Northern FanCon returns to the CN Center May 1st to 3rd. Of course, this is the North's premier pop culture expo with celebrity meet and greets, photo op opportunities, autographs, engaging panels, vendors, and so much more. Information at ticketsnorth.ca. Looking to celebrate Mother's Day? Well, celebrate it with a pre-Mother's Day market at the Coast Hotel, Prince George, 10 to 4, May 2nd and 3rd, including vendors offering a variety of jewelry, custom home decor, and more. Information included on their website. Celebrate 20 years of song with Nove Voce, an incredible achievement celebrated on Saturday, May 2nd at the Knox Performance Center with, of course, one of Prince George's favorite choral groups. Tickets and information available at novevoce.com. If you're hosting an event, let us help you get the word out. Email us, letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca, and you could see yourselves here next week.
Today we're taking it back over 100 years for something that continues to happen today. Magical how this happens. Cleanup Week. Although it looked a little bit different than it does today, let's look back at the evidence of what the city was asking you to do back in 1920.
Looking back to 1920 was the commencement of Cleanup Week over 100 years ago. The language a little different, but City Hall was advising in their columns that the annual Cleanup Week would commence on Monday and requested that all persons would have their yards cleared of the debris that collected during the winter by Wednesday next. This is a matter that should not be neglected by any citizen who owns any pride in the city, according to the article. The debris will be removed by the health department free of charge if it's placed at the back of your lot. As the article reads on here, you're encouraged to touch up your building, your house, with some paint in certain quarters, because Cleanup Week would be an appropriate occasion to carry this good work.
There you go, 1920. Yeah, they were doing the same thing we're doing today. Spring cleanup week, it's the same thing. But anyways, a cool look back on that. Cool to look back at the career of Jesse McGowan and where that has taken him as well. Congratulations to him for taking part in the Boston Marathon. That is something not many folks can say that they have done, and placed where he got to place in the top 10,000 as well. But thanks so much for watching today, folks. We'll see you for more great stuff on the show tomorrow. Bye for now.